We're gonna start here. So slime sand, people call it like a Super Meat Boy knockoff. I would say no. It's a single screen platforming game where you play as Slime Song and his family. There's multiple family members you can play as with multiple power-ups. Let me turn down the music a bit. And it's a four color scheme base. You have red, you have green, you have blue, RGB, and you have white. White and blue are going to make up the background. Green and red make up everything else. Green and red are very important in this game. Green indicates anything you can touch, or in this case, walls you can go through. Red, anything you touch, you die, including enemies. There's green enemies. So what you see here is a lot of jumping, a lot of wall climbing, a lot of dashing. Yes, Slime Song is much more enjoyable. The soundtrack is superb. I just bought the soundtrack so you guys can listen to it during this. There are 100 levels in this game, 5 boss fights. Each level is broken up, for the most part, into 4 stages. All of them are single screen. There are going to be a level here and there that is going to be complete. It's going to be what we call a scrolling level. It's not single screen, but it won't be broken up into stages. We're already on level 4. This is called Bullet Blast. So some techniques we have in here. We got jumping, we got dashing. You're gonna see me dashing into the ground to increase my jump height. In this speedrun, we play as Kawaii-san. He's small. He can go through tight corridors, and he also has the ability to linger in the air and float. So you're gonna see me skip. See, I can squeeze through that block right there. You're gonna see me skip portions of the game. There's gonna be parts in the game where we just don't even do anything in the level. We just go straight to the exit by using our incredible jump height. Excuse me, I've been talking so much my throat. So when we use our left trigger or our left bumper button, we are going to what we call phase. Slime Song turns invisible, and he can go through anything that's green. I want to talk about this level really quick. So what we want to do in this level is get early cycle in that little pocket right there. It's really difficult to do. I was able to do it on my 3rd try, and so that we were still able to save time. So that was important. I just want to talk about that level quick. So with the right bumper, you dash. You can dash in any cardinal direction: up, down, left, right. Down dashing is important to increase jump height to reach areas we couldn't before. And once we down dash off the ground, once we touch the ground or any left or right wall, we regain the ability to dash and jump again. So you're gonna see me touch walls, and in order to dash and jump. Just we want to cover as much air as possible. So you're gonna see me. What I'm gonna do, you'll see me a lot, is you're gonna see me hit the phase button. Oh, this part, that's all I want to talk about. We skip the entire level by just jumping off that platform, and you have to do it really quick, otherwise you'll get hit. I still save time by doing that too. So you're gonna see me phase and unphase rather quickly. Sometimes I do it on instinct, just because I'm doing like micro focusing in a really short amount of time. Some things you'll see me I will do that the record holder frequently doesn't do. I'm not the record holder, but I still have a decent time. Is you're gonna see me strictly straight dash off of walls without jumping, and I do this in order to save frames and movement speed. It's a very small time save. In the world record holders video, you're gonna see skips that I will occasionally use in my run, and the reason why I'm not using them too much is because they're not consistent. They are not marathon safe. They are very hard to do in a typical speedrun, and that's why his time is so good right now. He skips large portions, particularly stages where you have a timer. This is a swimming level. In swimming levels, you're mostly going to dash. It's just quicker. I'm gonna read chat really quick. That's why I mentioned a jacket. They make a little vest for a dog. Wears them that calm them somehow. Maybe, I don't know. He really hates anything on his body. I try putting a leash on him. Anything he'll hate. My kitty cat. So back to the game. So, Slime Song, the developer, developed it with the intention of people speedrunning it. So he incorporated a speedrun mode, and it's going to skip any cutscenes, particularly at the beginning of worlds and the beginning of boss stages. I thought I heard a strange noise, but it was the soundtrack. There's no skip in this level, you just have to wait it out. I'm pretty sure I die by making a dumb mistake. Yep. So this is not a strong run. It is my PB. This is my newest PB by 5 minutes. So I can potentially save a significant amount of time. But however, the estimate in the is going to be rough on submissions. You can see that in the world record holder. He has a really much longer estimate because of the inconsistency of the strats of the skips, and he probably has the intention of showing these off. There's also mistakes you can make during the run. There's mistakes that there's sections of the game he has trouble with where I don't, and vice versa. So it'd be interesting to see if we could get this in as a race. There's a lot of things I'm more consistent in terms of normal platforming, just because my skill transfer from other platforming games, and I just really enjoy the movement in this game. This part, I make a mistake in this part where I offset the jump off the trampoline. It's a bad fatal mistake. What's up, Carbon Dynamo? What's up, man? Did you get a Switch in Splatoon 2 yet? So I made a mistake there. You want to do that and try to get early cycle on the second one, which is good. Excuse me. What's up, Metallica? Again. What's cool about this game is also the developer incorporated you can tie the game into your Twitch account, so you can have a little chat window on the top right. You can also have viewer count up there if you want to, but I opt out not to. So you don't have to keep a chat window open. Switch is expensive. It's not that expensive compared to other stuff. Made a fatal mistake there that really made me unhappy. I usually don't die in this level, and I turned off my phase really quick, and when you go into a green ball when you're unphased, it bounces you. So it bounced me right into the red area, which is very unusual, the way it was trajected. So you'll see me do a lot of air dashing straight into walls, and like I said earlier, you regain your dash and jump ability when you hit a wall. So instead of phasing through some walls, I'll just hit them when I dash into them so that I can regain my dash ability. So you want to try to finish World 1 in about 10-ish minutes, ideally 8.5, with really good, low amount of deaths. And dying in this game is inevitable. You really want less than 100 deaths in a run, but it's hard. A lot of runs are going to have over 200, over 250. Not many people run this game. There were some runners when it came out, but the only active runs are me and Nitro. As far as I know, Fabraz, the developer of the game, will be at the at AGDQ as well. So if he doesn't submit either this or I'm pretty sure he already submitted Blackbird's Kraken. I mean, I can race him on that too, or he'd be. This game requires a lot of concentration. I think he would be great on couch because he'll know everything about this game. He developed the Blackbird's Kraken in 3 months with, I think, his team of 2 other people. So it's cool to pick his brain sometimes. So see, I skipped that entire level just by jumping in or falling. So you can float off the edge like Donkey Kong Country, and then jump and then dash. So you got that going with you as well. There's so much You won't be talking so much, you're doing homework. That's fine, I'll be talking most of the time. So I made a fatal mistake here. You wanna bounce off that wall, jump, and press up dash if necessary. I made a fatal mistake here 3 times. That's unfortunate. This was a run where I had low concentration, even though I PB'd by 5 minutes. With the new skills and setups and stuff. So there's a skip there. I skipped the second half of that stage by just hovering to the right. You can go a little bit out of bounds without dying. Something interesting you can do also on other levels. This is boss 1. It's the intestinal monster. There's no skips in this boss. So you just sit inside this little area that he has, and you just have to bring him down into the intestinal acid, and it'll fry him up. The music is so good in this game. Like, even later it just gets even better. So that was the first boss. It's nothing too special. You're not going to see any cool boss stuff until boss 3 and 4. That was an unfortunate death. So every level set of 4 stages kind of has a theme going on it. This level's called Bullet Building, and it's going to be a lot of moving platforms with phasing through them and stuff, and avoiding the red ones. There are some skips I'm not going to use because I honestly don't see the time save. And if it is, it's very minuscule. There's a skip in this level where you hover on the right side of the screen, and the only time you're saving is the part you're not phasing, and it's less reliable. It's not worth doing. So this one's called Breaking Bad, this level. So you're gonna be dashing through blocks to progress through these stages. So when we speedrun this game, this level's really cool, but you want to avoid the red parts. When we speedrun this game, we go by in-game time. There's an in-game timer the developer has set up. So real time is going to be a little bit longer than in-game time. I believe it by 10 minutes-ish. Because the timer, I've noticed, I think there's some discrepancies in when I'm fighting bosses and stuff. So we're already on the 3rd level, Fanfare. We'll call it level 23 or 2-3. When you are in the fans, like when it's blowing on you, you regain your ability to jump and dash again. So there's some cool tricks. I'm not going to do the skip in this stage. It's kind of unreliable, because you can die easily, but you can hover on the right side of the screen and bypass the wall. Honestly, it doesn't take that much longer to wait for the wall. It's not that long. And you can do the same thing here. You can hover on the right side. You save a couple seconds. It's not that big a deal. You really want to do the skips that'll save you 30 seconds, like this one. This one is hard. And this is my PB video. You're going to see I'm going to mess up 3 times. I go too far out of bounds once. The second time I die in the red part. And the 3rd time, I go too far off to the right after I'm already down there. And it's such a shame. I go through this about 30 seconds. I'm probably losing time, unfortunately, in this level. So that part, I go too far to the right. And you have to line up the left side of the screen right here, because if you don't line it up just right, you'll die. And it's really hard to get a good feeling for it. So the goal in this skip is to get to the right side of the screen, and then you're going to jump up and jump towards the sign. You have to jump off the right side of the wall. So there's a really small space where you cannot get hit. And it's really important. And Kawaii-san, I believe, is the only one who can do it just because he's a smaller slime. Slime-san himself is a larger slime.